For years, term limits for members of Congress have been a topic of discussion, and now the Indiana General Assembly is showing their support for creating them. WRTV State House reporter Meredith Hackler breaks down how this change could happen.
Term limits for members of Congress don't currently exist, but a joint resolution just passed out of the Indiana Senate this week encourages Congress to create them, a measure most Americans also support.
Something I agree with.
Yes, I do, because I think there needs to be a change every once in a while for people with new ideas and fresh ideas.
I do support it.
These opinions track with polling numbers. According to Pew Research, 87% of Americans, regardless of political affiliation, support the idea of term limits. That's why the Indiana General Assembly is working to pass Senate Joint Resolution 21.
Joint Resolution 21 will put Indiana on the list of states calling for a Article 5 convention to consider U.S. term limits for Congress.
9 states so far have passed resolutions asking for an Article 5 convention. 34 are needed, and then the U.S. Congress would have to propose a term limits amendment to the Constitution. That amendment would need to be ratified by 38 states.
We are supportive of term limits for elected members of Congress. We don't believe that an Article 5 convention is the way to do that.
Barb Tolley with the League of Women Voters is worried that an Article 5 convention could open up conversations about other parts of the Constitution and its amendments. Senate Bill 450 puts some guidelines in place, but it leaves prohibition and presidential term limits up for debate.
The Indiana legislators who are supporting this are saying is, we're okay with a convention that opens up talk about these things, and we're willing to revisit them.
But Mr. Speedy says that isn't the goal.
We think that this effort will result in pressuring Congress to actually step in and propose the amendment.
In Indianapolis, Meredith Hackler, WRTV.
And so far, 9 states have agreed to the Article 5 conference. The House now just has to pass this joint resolution for Indiana to join that list. Since this is a resolution, the Indiana General Assembly does not need the governor's approval.